Hey guys, I'm here tonight with Lucy Smith, a longtime endurance athlete who lives here in Victoria, BC. We're here today to talk about kettlebell swings and how they're relevant to runners. Lucy, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Matt.
So what can you tell us about maybe just a quick athletic history and then what brought you to kettlebells?
Right, so I've been an athlete my whole life. I've been an endurance runner and then duathlete and triathlete right up until I basically retired from my high performance career at 40 to 42. But I just kept on racing and competing. And as I got into my late 40s, it became really clear to me that I needed to work on my strength more than my endurance. I had my heart was was doing fine, and I had lots of stamina. But and it was when I got a major injury when I turned 50, and I discovered the kettlebell, and it changed everything.
Beautiful. What exercise do you use primarily for running with a kettlebell?
I'd say the cornerstone of my movements for running that benefit my running would be the swing, and it was the kettlebell swing was what I started with. I actually spent 3 months only swinging the kettlebell. I learned how to do it correctly, and I did it 3 times a week, 20 minutes a day. So it was 60 minutes a week, and I wanted to perfect that movement and the hip hinge before I moved on to any other movements.
Now that you've recovered from your injury using the kettlebell swing and you're back to getting miles on the road, do you still use the kettlebell swing in conjunction with your running training?
Yeah, I do. The kettlebell swing actually kept me sane while I was injured because it gave me a strength and an endurance workout at the same time, because your heart rate does increase when you're doing the kettlebell swings, especially as you start progressing through sets and with heavier swings. So I actually came out of the injury stronger and faster than when I went into the injury, because I didn't realize not only was I correcting my posture and just letting my injury heal, it was a knee injury, I was actually getting fitter and stronger, and I could not believe when I went back to running how easy running felt compared to every other time in my career where I had been injured and had to come back super slowly and carefully from these injuries. And so now what I do, because I'm also 52 and I don't want to do a lot of mileage and break down again, I have incorporated strength training, swings and deadlifts and the other movements like the Turkish get-up into my weekly schedule. So I train 3 hours less as a runner, but 3 hours more in strength, and I'm actually a faster runner for my age. And I just like being strong. Like, it's to do everything, like lifting my bike into the car, or I have a kid who mountain bikes. I have to lift this rack on and off my car. And I just do this deadlift and I get the rack off the car, and it's like everything is easy now.
Awesome. So what about strength training do you find valuable for runners that you might pass along to runners who might be watching?
I think the biggest thing that the kettlebell swing has given me is incredible strength in my back body, which I wasn't really aware that I needed until I actually started the kettlebell swing. And the hard style swing, where you're breathing really well through it, and your posture at the top is very strong, like a plank, that translates like completely into strong posture when you're running. And I've always been a very postural runner anyway, and so what I find with the swing is it's made me a stronger runner.
As you were learning the kettlebell swing in your injured state, how easy was it to learn?
It was easy to learn once I got the right instruction for it, and I think any type of strength training or learning any type of movement at all, it's a good thing to get the right construction, so you're doing it safely. I had a kettlebell for probably a year, sitting in the corner of my house. A friend had sent it to me, and I looked at it for almost a year. I was afraid to pick it up. I was afraid I would hurt my back. Right. And it's funny because now my back is stronger than it's ever been in my life. So I started very small, and that's why I really encourage people to come to workshops and learn how to swing the kettlebell safely, because like you guys will break it down into distinct movements, step by step by step, and that's what I did, and I put it all together. And again, I did only swing for probably 3 or 4 months. I really wanted to nail that move.
Okay, well that's great. Well, speaking of workshops, we do have a Kettlebell Swing for Runners workshop coming up on November 30th, which is the end of this month. It's at 12 to 2 here at the Needham Athletic Center at CPS Plymouth. Civilians are welcome, beginners are welcome. We definitely specialize in helping beginners get to an intermediate level, and if you have experience with the kettlebell swing, we'll be happy to challenge you then as well. So we hope to see you guys on November 30th. Lucy, thank you so much for joining us and swinging bells with us, and we'll see you on the 30th as well.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys. See you around.